beautiful people, welcome and welcome back to Thrive Out Loud. And as always, as you can tell, I'm just super excited, firstly, to be turning old, and secondly, to be sitting here sharing a little bit of myself with you. So
it's my birthday.
It's my birthday, and I figured, you know what, let me sit down, have a bit of a reflection session. Turning 27, and hopefully this video can make it to you guys on time while it's still my birthday, but that just depends on how Escom feels, how Telcom feels, and everything in between. But I just figured, you know what, let me reflect on the year that has been, because what do you even mean? How am I this old? But I figured, let me do something fun. Maybe let's have a young 27 lessons I've learned from the previous year. I'm not sure if I'll actually get to 27, but that's my hope, because I'm assuming by now you know what you're dealing with. If you're brand new to the channel, first things first, house rules in here. We like, comment, subscribe, turn on the bell notifications, and tell a friend to tell another friend to tell another friend to bring on some popcorn and some more friends, because in here, let's get into today. Point number 1, time flies, whether you're in the mood or not. I know that's not really a tip, it's not really anything of value, but it depends on how you look at it. Time moves, time actually flies, whether you feel like it or not. And the sooner we're able to kind of, get on with the program that life moves, people move, and everything moves, and the sooner we get on with that program, the better, I think, for all of us, because I found that I'm able to get out of a rut quicker the sooner I accept that, you know what, life moves on. It doesn't matter what I'm dealing with, it doesn't really matter whether I'm getting over a thing or not. Life moves. Number 2, resilience is your best friend. If there's anything about this past year, like this past 12 months, if there's anything life has taught me about these past 12 months, is that when it rains, it pours. And when it pours, it doesn't care if you've got your good weave on, it doesn't care if you've got your edges popping. If it's gonna pour, it's gonna pour. And the best weapon through all of that is resilience. How else are you gonna make it through life situations without any resilience? Toughen up and throw a punch or two when life is throwing you lemons. Bona, put the lemons aside. Number 3, it's up to you to make your voice heard. I'll say it again, it's up to you to make sure you are heard. To be quite honest, the stakes are this high stacked up against us, and if you don't take it upon yourself to project your voice in a literal and metaphorical sense, no one else is gonna fight for you. It's up to you to make your voice heard. If you feel like you need to say something, if you feel like you have something to say, if you feel like you have a point of view, if you feel like you have something that matters to you, it's up to you to project your voice. It's up to you to raise your voice. We're raised in a world where you just stand there in the corner, be quiet, wait for your turn. But I'm saying, you know what, enough of that, enough of waiting for your turn, because sometimes, let's face it, your turn never comes. Sometimes it's only certain people that always get turns while you're waiting, being patient, being nice, and all of that. But number 4, only you know how bad you want it. Only you know how badly you want it, and therefore only you can fight for what you want as badly as you can. You're the only one who knows how badly you want this, whatever it is, you can feel it deep inside of your heart. And I just feel like if there's anyone who's going to put up a fight and fight for what you want, for what you deserve, for what you feel like is yours, for what you feel like belongs to you, and you know what, you can almost feel it, if there's anyone who's going to put up a fight that matters, it's gonna be you. Only you know what it is, and only you know how badly you want it.
So, fight.
Number 5, being fully present is one of the best gifts you can give to the people you're with, your loved ones, your family, your partner, your friends. I just feel like being fully present, fully immersed in whatever moment, whatever quality time you get to spend with the people that matter to you, being fully present is one of the best gifts you can give. I'm a quality time type of person, and I can feel when a person is not here. Like, you can physically be here, but if your mind keeps drifting away, or you're busy on your phone, or just distracted and all over the place, to me it says I wasn't loved right. So one of the biggest and best gifts you can give to anyone, it doesn't matter, but anyone who I feel like you cross paths with, and anyone who anyone who you relate to on an intimate level. I don't mean sex, just saying anyone who is, in your circle, you count as your people. One of the best gifts you can give to those people is quality time and being fully present during that quality time. Number 6, celebrate everything. The small stuff, the big stuff, the stuff in between. Celebrate everything, because none of us actually knows how much time we have left. I don't know how much time I have left. You don't know how much time you have left. Celebrate everything. Celebrate the small stuff, the big stuff, the medium stuff, everything in between. Celebrate, things that matter, things that, like, celebrate everything. And more than anything, celebrate yourself. If you're gonna wait for the next person to give you props for a job well done or something that is an accomplishment to you, then you might just wait forever. Celebrate yourself. Be about yourself. Be your biggest cheerleader and celebrate everything. But celebrate 2 views, celebrate 2 likes, celebrate everything. Baby girls, just celebrate. Go get yourself a cake, buy yourself flowers, and celebrate, because our time here is not guaranteed. And I would hate for a person to live a life feeling empty just because they are not getting the external validation they were hoping for from other people. Give yourself that validation. Celebrate everything. Bona. Everything. Every single thing. Number 7, make noise. Make a noise. I think it feeds into one of my other previous points about making sure that you project your voice, making sure that your voice is heard. But more than anything else, make noise about the stuff that lights your soul on fire. Rasa, baby, go. Rasa, like, make a noise. Be about your stuff so much so that you don't even have to introduce yourself anymore. Be about your, don't even call them your hustles. This is your life. It's your heart's work. It's your life's work. Be about it so much that you don't have to introduce yourself anymore. Be about it so much that you walk and breathe what you're about. Be about it so much that when you walk into rooms that are meant for exactly what you do, exactly what lights your soul on fire, like, everyone in there can feel it. Be about your stuff. Make a noise. If it means, setting up a ring light, could even be that one person views this video. But even if it's just one life it touches, for me, I feel like my job is done. I feel like then my job for the day will be done, because I sat here and I spoke to someone, and it touched someone, and it resonated with someone. And I just want to sidetrack a little bit, and I do appreciate the people that reach out, the people that, watch my videos, and at the end of the video, they reach out, either sliding into the DMs, or some have my numbers, they text me, like, you said this 1, 2, 3, 4, and I felt it so deep, and I just wanted to thank you. They're like, you said this, and I related so much, it resonated, felt like we were having a conversation, Things like that are what keep a person going. I'm not saying I'm doing it for that, but I'm just saying, like, receiving that type of feedback, it lets me know that I touched at least one life. If it could be more, it's even better. But all I'm saying is, make a noise, share your heart, share your soul, speak your mind, share your opinion. You never know who needs to hear your exact point of view. You never know. Number 8, the world doesn't owe you anything. As much as that hurts, or it's a hard pill to swallow, but the world doesn't owe you anything. And I learned this the hardest way when I lost my job. I think it's been about 2 months now. And the thing is, we walk into spaces and we expect everyone to have the same heart as us. We expect that everyone sees us the way we see them. We expect that everyone views the world the way we view the world. I walked into that space and I met some amazing human beings, and I made brothers and sisters along the way, and it was amazing. And it was just unfortunate that when that journey neared the end, some relationships went with that journey, and it's painful. It's painful when it comes so suddenly, and it's a thing that I never expected it. You think that no, this is a relationship we've built, and it will withstand all storms and all sorts of natural disasters. But even the unnatural disasters, it was just disheartening to see it just wither away without a fight. But the world doesn't owe me anything. No one owes me loyalty. No one owes me, their heart. No one owes me their love. It just hurt because I don't think I would have done what they did. But like I said, the world doesn't owe me anything. You take what works for you, and what spits you out, you know what? Accept. If they dump you and spit you out, dampega lwena. Dampega.
Read the room.
But it obviously hurt. In accepting that, I then learned a very valuable lesson, which is that the world doesn't owe me anything, and my mistake was thinking that it does. Number 9, it's all on you. All of it, every single part of it, like the good stuff, the bad stuff, the sour stuff, the sweet stuff. It's literally all on you. Everything in your life is on you. Everything happening right now, whether it's happening to you, happening for you, happening around you, happening because of you, it's all on you. And I feel like only when we take on the mentality that it's literally all on you, I have a part in whatever is happening, whether directly or indirectly, then we're able to kind of stop being victims of life. We're able to take life as it comes. If life wants to beat you up, take the beating now.
Just take the beating, end.
I'm not saying be weak, but sometimes we fail to recognize that we have very vital parts in the stuff that goes on in our lives, whether they go right or wrong. We only want to celebrate the good stuff, and we want to shoo away the bad stuff, but we have a part in all of them. The sooner we accept that, the better. So it's all on you. Whatever is happening, whatever is moving left, whatever is moving right, wherever it's moving, it's on you. All of it, every single part of it, it's all on you. Number 10, there are many ways to kill a cat. There's literally like billions of ways to kill a cat. You can skin it. There's one of my lecturers who used to say that, I just need to remember which one. He used to say there's many ways to kill a cat. You can skin it, you can wring its neck, there's many ways to kill a cat. Long story short, there are many ways to go about this life thing, and what works for me might not work for you. The world is literally everyone's oyster, and the opportunities are endless. There's many ways to kill a cat. Just that some of us, we think just because my Kelani drowned it, if I drown my cat, it will die. I'm actually not talking about cats. Disclaimer, no cats were harmed during the recording of this video. Okay, I'm not talking about kids. I'm just saying there's many ways to go about life. So what works for the next person might not necessarily work for you. It might, but it also might not. And I think it takes knowing oneself and accepting oneself to actually know what works for you and what doesn't. And just knowing the Joneses are people that you cannot keep up with. You don't know what drives them. You don't know what fuels them. You don't know what gets a person going, and you're just here huffing and puffing, trying to keep up, but you're losing momentum with your life's purpose. The more you're trying to keep up with the next person, you're losing momentum with your own purpose. What about you? What about what you are placed on this earth to do? So there's many ways to kill a cat, but find one that works for you. Number 11, the grass is greener where it's watered. And I know this is it's not rocket science. The grass is greener where it's watered. It's a quote, I just don't know who it's by, but where there is nurturing, care, cultivating, this is love. A plant grows because you water it, and because it receives sunlight, and because it gets nutrients from the soil, and maybe you used fertilizers and but the grass is greener where it's watered. Think about the grass as life. The grass is greener where it's watered. If you live a life where you're constantly pouring out and there's nothing coming back in, the grass is just, it's destined to be dull. Make sure that the environment you find yourself in, remember the environment you're in, it could be anything. It could be like the physical place you're at, it could be the people you surround yourself with, it could be the things you consume, what you watch, what you read, what you talk about, like where you find yourself, the type of environment you're in. Make sure it's one that is nurturing. Make sure it's one that, waters you, grows you, grooms you, and sets you up for success. Number 12, be kind with yourself. Be kind with yourself, with the next person, with the environment. Be kind. But I feel like the most important form is being kind to oneself. I feel like only once you are kind to yourself, you're just able to radiate kindness, because you walk, talk, you breathe kindness, and you're able to just give it off so effortlessly. Be kind to oneself. Practice grace with yourself. Learn to forgive yourself for stuff that went wrong, even for stuff that went right, but they just, left you feeling some type of way. Be kind, and just be giving of kindness. Be kind, be nice to yourself. You only have this one life, and if you're gonna spend this whole entire life beating yourself up because of what could have been, or I just feel like then we're wasting it. We're missing the point. We're missing the very, the juice, the sweet spot of life. I don't think life is meant for us to live it, worrying and being unforgiving to ourselves and just beating ourselves up constantly about things that happened. It happened. Just accept it. Move. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to the next person, and you'd be surprised. The more kindness you give off, the more kindness you receive. Number 13, you are not alone. I'll say that again. You are literally not alone. Whether you feel like you are alone in happy times or during your struggles, you are not alone. You just need to look around you and be willing to, like I said, speak up, project your voice. If you need help, no one will know that you need help until you actually say that you need help. If you want to be celebrated, no one will know until you actually say, what you're about. A shoulder to cry on, no one will know. I mean, people are busy, and the way life is going, the interest rate is just always, and even people's lives are always just uphill. No one, I feel like no one was placed on this earth with a personal assistant, or with a person who is just gonna read your mind every single day. Speak up, say what you need, ask and it shall be given. It's even in the Bible. Ask and it shall be given. Ask for that which you need. Best case scenario, you get it from the person you're asking it for. Problem solved. Another best case scenario, you don't get it from the person you're asking it from, but now you know that this is a person who is unable to grant this specific need. Then I just feel like knowledge and being able to understand, reading the room and being able to understand the fine print in the room, then I feel like just life improves from that point on. Because instead of being mad that people are not showing up for you, then now you know where to get what you need. You know where not to get what you need. You're not alone. You just need to maybe change your perspective about it. I used to walk around with this attitude that, no one understood me, no one got me, everyone is judging, everyone.
The whole world, the world is ugly, the world is an ugly place, and people just walk around hating.
And then, but I'm not that important. The whole world, the whole entire world zap can just wake up to upset me. This one person, there's just no way. It took me changing my perspective about life, changing how I viewed myself and how I viewed the world. Because the minute I started viewing myself as a person who was deserving of kindness and nice things, then I became open to receiving them, because I started giving it off. Number 14, your ducks won't always be in a row, and it's okay. Sometimes your ducks don't have legs, sometimes your ducks drowned, sometimes your ducks, they just don't want. Simply put, life won't always go the way you want it to go, and that is okay. That is a moment where you just need to be okay with things not going your way, because you're not a magician, you're not God, you're not. I think even magicians, I'm putting them a bit up there. You can't control everything, and not everything can go how you want it to go, because sometimes there's just a formula to life, and how you want things to go might go against that formula. Sometimes your ducks won't align, and it's fine. Life won't always go like this. Sometimes there's a pothole, but your ducks won't always line up essentially the way you want. Sometimes they're lining up, but it's not the way we want. But with accepting, learn how to accept a situation as it is, and give up the need to control everything, man. You don't need to control everything. Number 15, trust the process. Whatever it is, trust in the process. And this is extremely hard if, like the last point, you have a bit of an abusive relationship with control. Trust the process, but trusting the process requires you to surrender that control. Give it up. It's not yours. It was never yours to begin with. Give it up and trust the process. The process knows how things need to unfold. The process itself knows where the destination is. But because I'll do it myself, I DIY and things fall apart, who's there to blame? Trust the process, whatever the process is. Sometimes you just need to remain patient, steadfast, and stay the course. The very best thing you can do for yourself, stay the course, as hard as it gets, as rainy as it gets, as hot as it gets, because it does get hot. But stay the course and trust the process, even when it doesn't make sense. But remember why you're there and trust the process. Number 16, you are valid. I don't know how many times I preach this throughout this entire channel. You are valid. Your thoughts are valid. Your dreams are valid. Your visions are valid. Your feelings are valid. You are valid. And don't ever allow anyone to tell you anything that differs from that. Don't allow anyone to invalidate your presence, your thoughts, your feelings, your point of view, and that thing that lights your soul on fire. I feel like I'm not even speaking loud enough. You are so valid that what the next person thinks doesn't matter. That's how valid you are. You are so valid that what the next person thinks, what they say, what they gossip about over Bev, it doesn't matter. It's none of your business. It doesn't matter. You are so valid that, can you imagine being so valid that everything else doesn't matter? Number 17, you can have it all. You can literally have it all. You can be both strong and soft. You can be a mother, a wife, a family woman, a homemaker, and a boss babe. You can be hardworking and social. You can be yourself while accommodating the next person, but you can have it all. I want us to let go of this notion that tells us, especially women, we're told that you need to choose. It's either you'll be bearing kids or you'll be a career woman. Why can't I have both? It's either you'll be like a good devoted wife to your husband or you'll be a career woman. Why can't it be both? Why are the two just kind of rivaled against one another? Why can't I have both? You can have your cake and eat it too, honey bun. You can bake it, have it, and eat it. That might not make sense, but that is my word for today. This notion that you have to pick between two things that you want equally needs to stop. You can have it all. You can have all of your heart's desires. As if I desire to have 10 kids but still run a business and still have my creative outlet and still be a human being who is recognized in society. I don't want to be discarded by anything that I'm part of. If I want to do them all, why can't I? You can have it all. You can literally do it all, have it all, but taking care of yourself through all of that, making sure that you're not losing yourself just to prove a point. Because I don't even want to misinterpret this. There are some people that are not interested in having it all, and that's fine. There's some people that they just want to be moms and they are killing it, and that is absolutely amazing. And then there's career women who are not interested in having kids at all. They're not interested in the idea of marriage. They just want their career, and that's all. And that is fine. But I'm just saying, if you happen to be an individual who wants it all, you want the rainbow, you want everything, why can't you have it? Number 18, you don't need anyone's approval. You know that, right? Why do we keep waiting for someone to give us permission, or someone to approve, or someone to, like, why do we make it so much about the next person and not us? Why do we make our life's work a group project, a group assignment? Why do we wait for permission? You know, when I look back to when I first got a vision or an idea, and it was exciting that, okay, I'm gonna have my own podcast, I'm gonna have my own YouTube channel, and you know what, I'm gonna have my own fitness coaching business going on, and then I'm gonna be like tutoring online, and then I'm gonna be teaching online, and my day will be flexible, and I'll be glowing and all of that. I feel like I waited a minute too long. It was a minute too late. Even though it's happening now, it was a couple of years too late. I first got this idea in like 2017, 2018, somewhere there. I saw my journals from those years, and the vision was so clear, the dreams were so vivid and clear, but I kept waiting for permission. You know, I'd bring it up in a conversation to say, I was thinking of having a YouTube channel, and if maybe the person I was, speaking to at that point they don't really vibe with YouTube. They're like, I think YouTube is dead, or it's not really the response you're hoping for, and as a result I made it about that person and not myself. Why do we keep waiting for permission? Why do we keep waiting for the next person to get on board before we get the car rolling? You have fuel in the car, you have the car, you have fuel in the car, you have the car key, and you know the address, you know where you're going, but you're waiting for passengers. Why are you waiting for passengers? I don't know if it's number 18 or 19 at this point, but be courageous and stand your ground. Stand your ground. No one is going to stand your ground the way you can. And standing your ground, I don't mean be arrogant, and I don't mean go around picking fights. Please, remember, we're soft this side. I know we're strong, but we're soft as well. Stand your ground. Don't be bullied by life and the people in it. Stand your ground. If you genuinely don't agree, then state your point of view. If you genuinely have an idea and you believe in it, speak out loud. If you have thoughts, input, anything, why do we get so used to silencing that voice inside that it just becomes a norm, and then we think that voice inside doesn't speak to us. But the thing is, we don't listen. We get so used to not listening. Stand your ground. Say what needs to be said. Do what needs to be done. Speak your mind. What if you die tomorrow and your throat is just this big because of all the things you couldn't say, all the things you could but opted not to say? Stand your ground. Say what needs to be said. Do what needs to be done. Number 20. Everything you're looking for, wherever you're looking for it, is on the inside of you. Everything you're looking for, you keep looking for it in someone, in a lover, in a friend, in your books, in your job, in whatever you do, in a bottle, in anything. It's right on the inside of you. The thing you're looking for, the answers you're looking for, the aha moment you're looking for, you're waiting for it to come knocking on your door. It's already on the inside of you. It's just up to you to discover it. It's just up to you to let it loose, set it free, and let it bear fruit, and let's see what comes out of it. But the thing you're looking for, and you keep looking for it from all these wrong places. I'm not saying the people in your life are wrong. I'm just saying you are looking for fulfillment from another person, whereas you can find it on the inside. You're looking for peace from the next person, and you can find it inside. You're looking for love from a person, but you yourself are struggling to give yourself love. You yourself can't eat. Self-love is a foreign concept to you. How do you think the next person is gonna give you love when you can't give yourself love? We show people how to treat us, and if you keep putting yourself second to everything and everyone, you're telling people that I'm actually okay with second place, and then we get mad when they treat us like we're second. So number 21, it doesn't get better than this. It doesn't get better than this. And the sooner you start acting like it, the better. Stop acting like we are guaranteed tomorrow. Stop acting like, okay, I'll only live my best life once I start making 6 figures. Stop acting like, you're promised that it'll get better from here. Yeah, you might have been promised. You might feel like, okay, life is gonna get better maybe next year, or once I get married, then this will be the life I want, or once I start working at this job, then my life will be the way I want. Stop living life for tomorrow, because we're not guaranteed for tomorrow. It doesn't get any better than this. What you have here right now today, I feel like that's the best deal we could have cut, because many wanted to get to where you are. They couldn't. They didn't even know. They thought they were guaranteed the next day. They thought they could make it better the next day. But if you can do it right now, do it. If you can say it right now, say it. If you can love out loud right now, then love out loud. If you can live to the best of your abilities right now, what are you waiting for? It's almost like we downplay ourselves today so that tomorrow we have, so that tomorrow can shine even brighter. It's this thing, I can't even tell people what course I'm studying. They'll only know when I graduate, and then it'll be this, big shebang, and then oh my gosh. But I just feel like we're downplaying ourselves so much. We're missing small little opportunities to just shine, man. If you're gonna shine. If you feel like you're gonna shine in 10 years time, once you make 6 figures, then start shining now. Then you'll shine more when the time comes. But you're not guaranteed tomorrow. You are not guaranteed tomorrow. Live for now and live it fully. Do it fully, do it loud, and do it proudly. Don't get in people's faces. That's not what I'm saying, but live. Number 22. That hair will grow back. The hair will grow back. If you want to chop it. It'll grow back. Life is too short. Life is too short for you to hold on to false value. You are not your hair. You are not your skin color. You're not your height. You're not your weight. For the longest time, I identified as I'd say a skinny person, but I'm not skinny, but I'm not thick, so I'm just floating there. So when my adult body located me and my butt was just going all the way to the next room, and you know what, I couldn't understand, and I had a bit of an identity crisis for like one small little moment, because I was identifying myself with things that don't really matter. Who cares if I'm a size 28 or a size 30? I mean, what difference does it make in the world? What difference does it make in the grand scheme of things? What difference does it make? What difference does it make if I have 20-inch dreadlocks or I have no hair at all? So part of me chopping off my dreadlocks was the fact that I realized I was now defining myself as an extension of my hair. Lady. And I loved it. I liked it, except I just felt like I was unable to describe who Tsenu is without adding the hair. So it had to go. It was, it was now becoming me. I was becoming it, and I just figured that, should anything happen and maybe I lose my hair, could be any medical condition, I'm gonna have a tough time coming back from it, because now I identify myself as a long-haired Han. Chop off that hair, it'll grow back. Kuta chiskop. If it's chiskop you want, kuta, it'll grow back, and you do everything you want to do with your hair when it grows. Chop it off. Life is too short. Life is too bona. Chop. Gera. Chop it off. Number 223. Love your body. You only have one body. You literally only have one body, and being kind to it is the best thing you can do for yourself. I mean, I know I keep saying everything is the best thing you can do, but love your body. Love it in such a way that looking back, you won't be mad at yourself for neglecting your body. We are growing, we are aging, we're getting gray hairs, you're starting to feel certain aches where you didn't even know that body part existed. Love your body. Love your body, eat right, start working out, take a walk. I'm not saying do the extreme stuff that I do on a daily, but the very least you can do is treat your body right. Take a walk here and just stand up, stretch, take a walk. What harm does a walk do? But love your body. You only get this one body. I mean, if there's one thing that makes me happy and proud right now is the level of heat my friends are serving, the level of heat. It's just amazing because they're treating their bodies right, they're taking care of their bodies, and I'm just here for it. I'm just there like, you Lina, like I love it, I love it, I love it. Some have really good genes, I'll give that to them, but taking care of your body is a gift. No one is going to give you that gift. No one is going to take your body and take care of it for you. Only you can do that for yourself. Take care of your body, treat it right, and it'll reward you in turn. Number 24, you are not your trauma. You are not your situation. You are not what happened to you. To be quite honest, and even people who don't identify as traumatized, I don't want to project, but we go through things that they weigh deep on us, man. They weigh us down. They just, our shoulders can barely stand. But despite what you've gone through, despite what you're going through right now, you are not your situation and you are not your trauma. You are going to make it past this. You're going to make it to the other side, and life does get better, whatever your situation is. But I want us to shift from this narrative where we define ourselves as an extension of our trauma. You define yourself as, the stuff you've gone through. Yes, I know we've gone through it, and it's maybe how you get the message across, but at some point you need to regain your identity outside of what happened. You can't always be a rape survivor, a depression survivor, an anxiety survivor, and your childhood abuse survivor. Like, at some point you need to regain the color in your world. At some point you need to stop giving it so much power. Yes, it gets the message across, and if by any means possible you need to communicate that, sure, go for it. But I'm just saying, you are not your situation, and at some point you need to stop seeing yourself in the light or in the shadow of that thing that happened. At some point you need to get back to being just Utsenula, and you are a magical unicorn. We move swiftly, because I just feel like we just keep giving stuff weight and props, where really, at some point we need to move. At some point we need to heal. And at some point we need to allow life to take its course. Yes, it happened, and it happened for a reason, whether it makes sense or not. And lessons were learned. I'm hoping lessons were learned. And from that point on, take the lessons that work for you and move from that thing, move from under that thing, and change your narrative. Number 25, start right now, right here, with what you have. I'll link back to my very first YouTube video. I think at this point it's still one of the highest viewed videos. Obviously it was a new channel and new vibes, and I told the whole world about it, but the main message in that video was to start right now, wherever you are, with whatever you have. It doesn't matter how good you think your camera is. It doesn't matter how messy you think your recording space is. Start right now, right here, with what you have. You gain momentum as you go. But the last thing you want is to have all this, like all the nicest equipment, all this expensive gear, and you don't know how to use it. You don't know how to speak. You don't know how to connect with people, but you've now gone and you spent and splurged. Start right now with what you have. Best case scenario, you'll get better with time, and eventually the coins start rolling in, and you can now invest in yourself as a brand and get the equipment that you need, for instance. But start right now where you are with what you have. You'll be amazed at the results you can achieve with just the little that you have. Start, and don't stop. Number 26, 20 something, removing the fluff from your stuff. Stop being fluffy. Stop being in a gray area in your life. Stop having gray area relationships, and stop saying gray area stuff. It's either black or white. Make up your mind. It's either hot or cold. Make up your mind. So remove the fluff from your life and be as concise about your stuff. Be as clear, as concise as you possibly can, and remove the fluff. Don't be gray about stuff. I think the time has passed the time where being touch and go. You don't want to offend anyone, you don't want to step on any toes. The fact of the matter is, you are gonna step on toes even if you don't want to step on any toes. But at what cost are you gonna avoid stepping on anyone's? People get offended even when you don't want to offend them, but at what cost are you gonna avoid offending people? Cut out the fluff and just be your true authentic self. I feel like that is, again, one of the greatest gifts you could give to yourself at this point. Be your true authentic selves. Those that are meant for you will stick around. Those that are not, then they're the ones who get offended and fly away. But remove the fluff from your life, from you, from your name, from just from the very essence of you as a person. Remove don't be a fluffy person, don't be a fluffy human being because you want to fit in with the black and the white. You want to fit in everywhere. I know there's colors, that's not what I'm talking about. Know where you're falling. Know on which side of the spectrum you land. Know on which side of the coin you are. You can't be both. Cut out the fluff. You are not for everyone. You are not everyone's cup of tea. You won't be everyone's cup of tea. If you identify as hot chocolate, not everyone likes hot chocolate. If you identify as green tea, not everyone fucks with green tea. If you identify as a full-bodied glass of wine, not everyone is into that. But my point is, stop walking around life trying to please everyone, because that's impossible. You can't please everyone, even if you try. Even if you made it your life's mission, now I'm going to be loved by everyone, that is a red flag on its own. You are talking red flag. If that's what you're trying to do, you are not for everyone. You are not meant for everyone. You're not designed for everyone, and not everyone is designed for you. Stop walking around life trying to be everyone's cup of tea. You're not. Some people don't even like tea. You understand? You're not meant for everyone. And like I said, those that are meant for you will stick around. Those are the ones you cherish. Those are the ones that matter. Those are the ones you carry forward with you. But those ones who keep nitpicking the very essence of who you are, they have a problem with everything. They have a problem with how you look. They have a problem with how you speak. They have a problem with what you say. They have a problem with how you think. Everything is a problem. They have a problem with your body. They have a problem with your outfits. You could literally be wearing nothing and they'll still have a problem with it. But those are people that are not for you. And the beauty of life, which sometimes hurts, is that those are the people who we really wish could be for us. We wish they could be in our corner, but not everyone is for you. And the sooner you're able to move away from that narrative that you are going to be loved and liked by everyone, the better for you, the better for your mental health, the better for everyone. Honestly, not everyone is for you, and that's okay. The big number 27. Your life is what you make of it. I know, cliche, but hey, we're here. Your life is what you make of it. And I'll give a bit of background. For those who are brand new to this channel, I'll still, again, recommend that you catch up with everything. Just start from the very first video and just autoplay and, have a good listen. But your life is what you make of it. Looking back at everything that has happened from the time I was a child, everything with my mom, the teenage difficulties, relationships dribbling me, and stuff with my parents, stuff at work. Looking back at everything that has happened for me, I keep saying it happened for me. Looking back, I easily could have made a decision to become someone else or to turn to other things that I'm not about now. I easily could have taken a different narrative, let me put it that way. Because for me to sit here today and be able to share my traumas, all my struggles, and things that are not rosy, things that some people might even wonder, why are you telling people? I'm sharing my experiences because I want anyone, even if it's one person who is going through it, who has gone through it, a person who's struggling with a thing and they cannot see past this. I want that one person to be able to see that here's a person who has overcome it. Here's a person who has lived with it, lived through it, and lived to tell the tale. I just want it to be known that your life is what you make out of it. You know, I easily could have turned into everything my mother cursed me with. I could have,
The stuff people say.
the stuff people say. You know, I easily could have turned into another statistic. Generally, we know how a girl child who grows up without the love of their father, the love and affection of their father, we know that they grow up to often seek it from the other gender, and it might be to their detriment because they're almost willing to do everything and anything just for that love and affection. Sometimes they end up in abusive situations and they stay there because they think that's what love is. I easily could have turned into that statistic, but I refuse. That I'm not a statistic, you know. I could have turned to, drugs and alcohol to soothe my pain when I was going through the most with my mother, because being neglected by your parents is not easy. And just because I come on here talking about it like it's just a fly passing, it doesn't mean it's easy, it doesn't mean it's painless. But I easily could have picked another method to deal with it or to heal. I could have easily picked another way, but I chose a way that would be positive, a way that would be empowering to someone else, and a way that, I wouldn't be ashamed of in hindsight. I easily could have turned into anything. The fact that my mother thinks I'm a slay queen is still beyond me, because the streets don't even know me. But the fact that that is someone's narrative, that is what I'd call a curse. Because if you tell your child, so now that's your life. I easily could have turned into that just to spite her, or just to do it because someone has already accused you of it. But I just decided to take a high road that would be beneficial for me, because spiting someone doesn't really do anything for you. I easily could have taken any other narrative, I could have been anything right now. I could have dropped out of school because I felt unsupported, or I was always hungry all the time. I could have turned to boys because they are the ones who will give you attention when you want it. I easily could have decided to make my life anything, but I decided that, this is where I cut off the cord, this is where I change the narrative, and this is where, I change the direction of the story. This is where I end the cycle and, put a full stop to a thing that's been happening and no one has been saying anything about it. But there's a long ramble. All this to say, your life is what you make out of it. When I lost my job, I know depression is not a choice. I don't want to speak down on it, because there are people who are really battling with it after the loss of a job. But I easily could have remained in that shell because I've dealt with it before, and I easily could have gone back into that shell because for some time it's a safe space where you don't really have to do anything but go through the motions. And going through the motions, I still am, but my life didn't have to stop as a result of my job loss. My life didn't have to stop as a result of, the fallout with my mom. My life didn't have to stop because my father was never there. My life didn't have to stop because I was involved with an abusive lover. My life didn't have to stop. And I am just grateful more than anything for the willpower to keep on going and to stay the course, because it was not easy. It's still not easy, but I feel like it gets easier. It doesn't get any better than this, and it gets easier. And I don't want to come on here sounding like a victim, like, oh my gosh, feel sorry for me, and give me props because here I am, and this is what I've gone through, and here I am, fighting battles. And no, I'm not here to ask for sympathy, and I'm not here to ask for props or to get validated by anyone. I'm just on here to say, even if it's one person who watches this video and they relate with everything, that is like that would have been a purpose fulfilled. But your life is what you make out of it, regardless of what you go through, because life does not stop once you go through certain things. Life keeps on going, and it's up to you to decide really what you're gonna make out of it. It's up to you to make up your mind. It's up to you, just you make up your mind, even when you're on the floor crying, but you make up your mind, this cannot be my life anymore. This cannot be my story. Me now, Lord, this one with a blue eye, I refuse. This can't be my life. So to you, my dearest loving, thank you so much for tuning into this is becoming emotional. I don't know why, and I promised I wouldn't cry, but yeah, I think I'm not. I hope I'm not. But I just want to say, wherever you are, whoever you are, thank you for walking this journey with me, and thank you for continuing to support me. Thank you for all the love. Thank you for the feedback. I really appreciated it. I think from where the channel started, from the very first video where I recorded it vertically like this, to where we are today, we've got a whole mic plugged in, and things are kind of going, things are looking up, things are going well. I just want to extend my gratitude, because I think walking into this new chapter, I'm literally walking into it with grace. I'm walking into it with gratitude, and I'm walking into it with so much enthusiasm. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to I'm looking forward to all that will go right, so I love you so much, and I'll catch you on the next video. Not gonna cry. Bye.